1 week. That's all it's been. 1 week since NASCAR lost one of its greatest champions, and Richard Childress Racing lost something that can never be replaced. And now, for the first time, Austin Dillon is speaking out. He's telling us what it's really been like inside those RCR walls, and the message that's keeping the whole team from falling apart. This one hits different, people. Stay with me. And hey, real quick, if you are a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation News is just getting started. We are pushing for our next subscriber milestone, and it's all about real talk from fans who live this sport every week. All right, let's get into it. We are at Nashville Superspeedway on Saturday. The haulers are in the lot. The engines are warming up, but inside the RCR garage, the air is different this weekend, heavier. You can feel it. Austin Dillon steps up to the microphone, and right away you can hear it in his voice. This isn't a routine media availability. This is a man carrying real weight, talking about real loss. He calls it one of the toughest weeks in RCR's history. Think about what that means for a second. This is an organization that lost Dale Earnhardt, an organization that has been through the absolute worst this sport can throw at you. And Austin Dillon is telling us this week, ranked right alongside all of that. So how do you hold a race team together after something like this? How do you walk back into that shop, look your coworkers in the eye, and find a reason to keep pushing? For RCR, the answer came down to 4 words. Ride for the brand. That's the message that went out across the entire organization this week. Team President Mike Verlander addressed the whole company. Motor Racing Outreach Chaplain Nick Terry came in and spoke, and from what Dillon said, those words hit people right in the chest. But here's the thing, and this is what really got me. Austin Dillon went home, sat down, and wrote a personal letter about Kyle Busch. Just him, the pen, and everything he felt. He said it helped him start moving forward. He told reporters, I know the character he was. He'd want us to go kick butt. And listen, that is Kyle Busch, isn't it? That's who he was. He didn't want anybody standing still. He wanted his people racing. Now, before we go any further, because there's still a lot to get into here, including the future of that number 33 ride and what this means for RCR going forward. I want you to understand what the last week actually looked like inside that organization. Richard Childress himself was at the hospital. Also, Dillon's father, Mike Dillon, was there too. While they were at the hospital, also was back at the shop, keeping his teammates informed, being the steady hand in the building when everything felt like he was spinning out. That's a level of responsibility most of us never have to carry, and he did it. Dillon said the experience has given him a completely new appreciation for the people inside that RCR family, the ones who have been there for decades, who lived through the death of Dale Earnhardt in 2001, and who are now living through this. Here's where the story gets even deeper. Somebody asked Austin Dillon what he's learned from the way Richard Childress handled the loss of Dale Earnhardt back in 2001. And he was honest. He said he was too young to fully understand what was happening around him at the time. But now he's living it as an adult, and he sees it completely differently. He sees the strength of those relationships. He sees why the people inside RCR didn't quit in 2001, because they leaned on each other, because they chose to honor Earnhardt by going back to the racetrack and fighting. And that's exactly what he's asking this generation of RCR to do. Hopefully this time around, we can do the same thing they did the last time around. Man, just let that sit for a second. Okay, so now let's talk about what comes next. Because as emotional as this week has been, the harsh reality of the sport is that decisions have to be made. There's a race car that needs a driver, a team that needs direction, and a sponsor relationship that needs answers. The No. 33. Kyle Busch's former ride is now the centerpiece of one of the biggest questions in NASCAR right now. Dillon said the long-term decision on that seat will happen over time. They're not rushing it. They're not going to just throw a name on the door and call it a day. This is Kyle Busch's car. That matters. For now, Austin Hill is stepping into that role. And Dillon expressed real confidence in Hill's ability to handle it. Austin Hill is a guy who's been building toward a moment like this, and the spotlight is about to get extremely bright on him. But I'm just going to say it straight. Whoever ultimately gets that seat long-term has enormous shoes to fill. 2 Cup Series championships, one of the most talented drivers this sport has ever seen. The expectations on that car are going to be enormous. At the end of the day, what Richard Childress Racing is doing right now is something truly remarkable. They're grieving, they're hurting, and they're still showing up, still strapping in. still riding for the brand. That's what this sport is. That's why we love it. So here's what I want to know, and I want you to drop this in the comments right now. Who do you want to see in the number 33 kart long term? Does RCR promote from within, go out and get a proven veteran? Or do they develop a young talent and build something brand new? Let's talk about it. This is one of the biggest decisions in NASCAR right now, and your opinion matters. If you're new here, subscribe, hit the like button. NASCAR Nation News is your home for real talk from fans who bleed this sport every single week. We ride for the brand too. See you in the next one.